Elon Musk is a household name by now, and since he's bought Twitter, he's only become more popular. But recently, he said that Twitter would let bots that are providing good content access the Twitter API for free. He also announced that the platform will enable a light-write-only API for bots that are eligible. This partially reverses his policy that put API access behind a paywall. Musk shut down third-party clients like Tweetbot and Twitterrific, and then Twitter announced that developers will need to sign up for a paid basic tier if they want access to Twitter's API. Musk did try to justify this action by saying that the free API is being abused by both bot scammers and spammers. He feels that adding a $100 per month subscription and ID verification could easily clean things up greatly.
Bots are automated computer programs that sometimes pose as real people, and they exist on a variety of social media platforms. On Twitter, those fake accounts will often tweet, like, or retweet posts.
However, this move drew criticism from both developers and users of Twitter, with many of them feeling that they create and use bots for a range of different purposes. Some bots, like Make It or Quote and Color Schemer, only exist to entertain us. Others, like Picasso, Remind Me of This Tweet, and Thread Reader, all have useful functions on the site, from taking screenshots to receiving a notification that serves as a reminder for certain tweets. It's clear that these bots are extremely important to users. If you want to read threads in a more organized layout, you're going to need a bot for that as well. So we understand why so many developers decided to shut down their bots. However, from a business standpoint, it isn't a stupid idea. Making users pay to use Twitter's API is another great way for the company to make a few bucks. This is something Musk has prioritized since he's taken over Twitter. On top of the $8 per month that Twitter is charging users to stay verified and keep their blue check marks, the company is looking to squeeze business into paying $1,000 monthly if the brand wants to keep its gold check marks. That's a hell of a lot of money to be spending on Twitter, if you ask me.
Elon Musk is haggling with Stephen King to talk about what they should charge for the check marks to be verified. So there's still so much up in the air, and it feels like this is a moment where social media is going from what it was to what it will be.
So far, it seems as if Elon Musk will still allow some level of free access to Twitter's API, but so many questions still remain. We don't know what is considered to be good content, and we also don't know if this will apply to new bots that are created or only the ones that are currently existing. And as time goes on, so many of our favorite bots can be removed from the site. SauceBot, Alt Text Reader, a bot that's actually really helpful for blind users, and so many other amazing bots can be or are already removed from Twitter. Talking about removal, did you know Elon Musk got into a heated argument on Twitter with one of his employees? Or well, former employee now. Luckily, Elon Musk did apologize.
They were let go today, finding out by email that they no longer have a job. Les Trent on the bewilderment amongst Twitter workers and what it all means for Twitter itself.
This all happened when Holly Thorleifson tweeted to Elon Musk and said that he's head of HR, but isn't able to confirm if he is an employee or not. Musk responded and asked what work he's been doing. The two had a series of follow-up questions and replies, but Thorleifson said that he then got an email that confirmed that he had been fired. Musk then tweeted and said, "He's the worst, sorry," but soon after he tweeted that, he deleted it. Luckily, it seemed as if Musk had a change of heart, as a few hours later he tweeted again and apologized. He also offered Hallie his job back. He said that he misunderstood the situation, and it was based on things that weren't true. He also said that he is considering remaining at Twitter, but Hallie hasn't gotten an answer from HR about whether or not he's been fired. His theory is that they made a mistake and are trying to find anything to make this a for-cause firing. This allows them to avoid having to fulfill their contractual obligation. Hallie has muscular dystrophy and said that this situation was quite a nerve-wracking situation for him. We hope that Hallie gets his job back and that Twitter treats the man better. Now, Twitter might be losing its good bots and good employees, but what do you think about it almost never working properly? That's right, Twitter went down for the 6th time this year recently. And yes, we know that's not even close to the number of time Apex's servers are down, but it's still a lot. When you click on any link on the social media network, it would show an error message. And if you wanted to post an image, it would only show a massive blank box box where the image would have been. Now, unlike the first 4 outages, 3 in February and 1 in early March, this outage didn't make the site completely unavailable. Twitter users could still do their favorite activity: discuss the continued destruction of Twitter, live of Twitter itself. This 6th outage only affected Android users, and the trending topics on the site were filled with various phrases that relate to the outage. Many users speculate that Elon Musk's own demands caused the failure. This error message referred to Twitter's API, the service that allows other programs to interact with the site, the same one that we talked about earlier, and the same one that third-party apps can't use anymore. This error message, on the other hand, suggests that Twitter continued to tinker with the features and accidentally banned its own apps from its service. I can't be the only one who finds this extremely amusing. Musk later said that a small API change had massive ramifications, and he called the code of the site extremely brittle. He said that if they were to fix the code, they would need to do a complete rewrite. But what can you expect when you only allocate a single reliable engineer to a project that will create a paid version of the API?
It's a very sad day. The free version of Twitter's API has been put behind a paywall, and may I say, a very high paywall. So what can we do? Cry? Move on?
If the engineer had someone working with them, they would have realized the mistake and change and never pushed said mistake onto the live version. But mistakes do happen, and it's happened to Facebook before as well. Luckily, Twitter didn't delete itself from the phone book of the internet. However, Twitter's regular outages are something that seems to happen even more and more now, and many users believe that this is a more systematic problem.
Tell which accounts are bots because some are getting much more sophisticated. But one thing to look out for are accounts that send out a lot of tweets or messages within a short time frame.
The substantial reduction in Twitter's engineering team means fewer people are able to monitor the system. This means that smaller problems that are missed turn into bigger problems down the line. Yes, they can rewrite Twitter's code, but this is a high-risk strategy. This would mean that they would need to split the already small engineering team into 2 different teams. One team will focus on the old code and maintaining it. The other team will focus on writing a new version of the code for the site. Pushing for such a rewrite might only rewrite history.
Spending on it increase a huge amount. So this is something that they're going to continue to focus on as the future of the company. Twitter, we don't know what's going on.
In the early 2000s, Musk pushed for such a rewrite when his company X.com merged with the creators of PayPal. This rewrite sparked a holy war.
Well, if PayPal doesn't do something, it will be screwed. Yes.
There has not been a lot of innovation.
No. In fact, if you look at the product plan that I wrote in 2000.
And while he was on honeymoon, Musk was fired as chief executive just 6 months after the merger. But Elon Musk does believe that Twitter has a shot. However, if he continues with cost cutting, we're not so sure about that. Twitter has stopped paying bills for office space, janitorial supplies, and even web hosting is starting to see some cutbacks. But what do you think? Should Elon Musk keep the good bots and rewrite the code? And should Halley take his job back? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you next time in another video.